everyone, it's Amit, and today I'm going to show you how I've made this very sweet 3D bird box card. So this one doesn't fold flat. Now I have loads of tutorials showing you very similar bird box style cards that do fold flat. So if you just like this idea or it's something you've seen before but you would prefer a flat card, check out the playlist. It'll be up here. It will be a bird box style card playlist, so you can go straight to that. Lots of inspiration there. But I wanted something that would fit into my envelope boxes that I also have a playlist. So I've got the size envelope box already for this. You could cut an aperture into that box so you could see the card inside. I think that would make it look quite special actually. But it's very easy to make. You don't need any dies. The only dies I've used is to cut the aperture. But if you do a square shape or maybe a diamond shape, you could easily cut that by hand. And you could maybe even draw around, like, for example, that there will give you a circle aperture. So this should be something that, you know, pretty much everybody can have a go at. It's very sweet. I've got lots of space on the back there to write my message, and you can see there it all stands up. So this one here I'm going to be giving to my nail technician who's actually just about to move into a new home, so she will be in just in time for Christmas, and I thought this one worked perfectly. So let's get started and I'll show you how to make it. So to decorate that one, I've used the Stamps by Me Papercraft Society kit. This is number 60. As I'm making this video, the boxes are buy one, get one free, which is a fantastic offer. You get so much in them. It's not just this envelope. I just condense a lot of it down, but you can get like different mediums and tools that also come in the kit. So check them out. They'll be linked in the description box below, but they really are lovely, and particularly this one and the Lisa Horton one, which has these gorgeous poinsettia flowers in. I think you'll get a lot of use out of these now in time for Christmas, but also then they're going to work into next year as well. Just use the little sprig die here. This is from the Creative Cuts die set, and then I'm not sure how well it's picking up, but you can see the wood grain detail here. That is using my wooden fence embossing folder. And then to cut the hearts, I've used the Nestables hearts from Creative Craft Products. Some of you might have those. I'll give you the measurements of the aperture. Okay, so to make the box, you're going to want to cut yourself 2 pieces of 6.5 by 8. Along the 6.5 side, you're going to score at 5 and 6. And then you also want to put a little marker at 2.5, just a little notch, just push down into the cardstock there. And then if you pop it on its side, so you've got those score lines at the bottom, and you're going to just put a little marker at 5 inches and then just fold that over. So that's the 5-inch width there. Flip it over and again just put a little marker at 5 inches. These are just your little cut guides, and I'll talk through that again in a moment. So you want to do that twice. And then for the mats and layers, for the front, I've got this piece of 4 3/4 by 7 5/8, and you want to mark the center, which is 2 3/8, and then coming down from the top. So if this is a directional pattern paper, you're going to come down from the top of that design and you're going to just put a little marker at 2 7/8. Okay, you're going to cut from those side markers up to the middle, so up to the top one there. And then if you want to decorate inside, just cut yourself another piece. Mine's a little bit shorter, but that's going to go inside. You can see I've got the green one just in there. And then I've got these 2 pieces here, which are 3/4 of an inch by 4 3/4, and they are to decorate the sides. And then to create the roof, I've got 1 piece of 1 by 9. You could have this wider if you want, but then it won't fit in the boxes or the box envelope that I've already made, because this overall size, I've taken into account the overhang here from the roof. So this will go into a 6 by 8 box. Like I said, it'll be in that playlist. So this is a piece of 9 by 1, and along the 9-inch side, you're going to score at 4.5. And then just to add a little bit of interest, I didn't do it on that one, but if you just pop this piece then in your scoreboard like so, and then just score down every 1/8 of an inch, and it just gives you this nice little bit of detail. You could emboss it if you want to, but again, if you've got limited supplies, use your scoreboard because you can create some nice texture with that. And then this is the aperture, which I've already cut out of there. So the size aperture that I actually ended up cutting into here is 3 1/8 by, it's always hard to really measure a heart. If I do it from there, it's 2 5/8. And then the frame, I've just used the same middle that I cut the aperture, and then the next size up, and I can now stick that one on the front. I just think it looks quite nice with that frame. Okay, so we'll go back to these ones here. So you can see this one I've already cut into, and this is what we're going to now do with this one. So you'll need a stylus and your metal ruler, And where you've marked at 5 inches down here, and then your middle, which was 2.5 here, you just want to join those 2 markers up. And then again, from that one, I'm going to come down and across, like so. Then you want to cut across the 2 score lines. You're cutting so you're in line with the bottom of that score line. So this is at 5 inches. So you're just joining up to that marker, okay? And then just remove that whole section. And then just fold over the score lines, like so. And now you want to create some tabs so we can attach the roof. So just come up from that score line about 1/2 inch and just cut across. Don't worry if it's not perfectly straight, if it's a bit bigger than that. As long as it's, you know, around that 1/2 inch. And that way we've got something to attach this part. So now we can start putting it together. Now, if you want to decorate the inside, you might find it easier to decorate the inside when it's open. I'm going to decorate mine when I've sealed it all up, because it's quite easy to just slide things in underneath, and you can, you know, use the aperture to add in the little details there. But if you do want to do it when it's open, decide which one you want to be the back. So for example, if it's going to be this one, just fold those so they're facing you, and then you can add, let's just say it's this one without the aperture, stick down your matte layer and then build up whatever it is that you want to have inside. Like I said, I'm going to do it when it's all together. So now just fold and burnish these side score lines, like so, and I'm just going to take my glue, run it all down the 1/2 inch tab, and then just sit this one over the top. I just realised what I've done. You want to cut your aperture into the main piece. I've gone right ahead of it. So if you don't stick this down, because you want to cut your aperture. If you're running it through the die machine, if you just fold under, ignore that I've just stuck it onto that, but if you fold that under, that will go through a standard die machine, okay? Because it's 6 inches, so it will sit on your plate and you can cut your aperture there. I'm just going to run mine through my Big Shot and do it this way, because I've already stuck that down. And I'm just going to lay this down for the minute. I won't stick it down because I don't want to flatten the embossed design, but I just want to just draw around, and that way I know where to line up the die, so it's going to fit within that matte layer. If you're not embossing your decorative piece, you could stick that down and then die cut the whole thing together. Just tack that in place. I'm just going to run that through my machine. I'm just going to put some copy paper over the top, and that way if your plates are quite worn, sometimes they get bits of cardstock in the grooves, just put a sheet of copy paper down, and that way you won't get any marks on your cardstock. So now I'm going to stick down this piece, which you can see perfectly now lines up. I'm then going to stick my frame over the top. I'm going to stick these 2 pieces on here, and then I'll show you how to attach the rest and the roof. Okay, so you can see now, start to fold all this in. Got our cute little bird box. So next, you just need to add your glue down the side tab here. And then if you just fold that one under and fold it over, so you have so you have the front panel and the side, and then on the back you've got the back panel and the other side. That way, you know you've got it nice and squared off, so you're going to have it, it's all going to have nice right angles and it will stand evenly. And then just bring it back across this side. Okay, and then if you fold these in, they should just meet because they're 1/2 inch-ish and it's that 1 inch width. And then just fold this in half and you're going to stick that right over the top. So I'm just going to run my glue down there, pop it down like so, and then if you grab a ruler, something that you can push in there and push your hands against, it will help you secure that down. So I'll do that in a moment. And then I've got this piece, which I'm going to be a bit lazy. It's a little bit shorter, but it doesn't matter. I'm just going to mark the same kind of border there. Just trim that across. And then I can just stick that in like so. And then I've got all my decoration, so I'm going to follow the same layout as that one because I just think it looks lovely. So I've got my sentiment for the top. I have added quite a lot of foam onto the front of these. This is obviously going to add more dimension. I might have to take maybe one of the foam pads off if it doesn't quite fit in the box. But I have given you, I think, an extra 1/4 of an inch on the depth and the width of those boxes. So if you've got, you know, things like this, then it should be okay, but you might not want to go too mad on the front. However, inside, because you've got that 1 inch depth, you can go really dimensional with your design. So I've got the bird there. I'm going to stick these bits in first. So I've got that one, and then that one. Pop him in there, and then these two, that one, and then I've got all of the gold sprigs there. So I'm going to get this all stuck down and then I'll show you it when it's finished. Okay, so that's the card nearly finished. I'm going to add a few little clear dots. If you look on this one here, you can see, let's say dry clear, just adds a nice little touch. So I'm just going to add a few more of those, keep them quite close to the design. You could add little sequins around. And I've just added just a little glaze onto their eyes. Like I said, it goes on cloudy, but it will dry clear. And then the centres of those flowers there as well. I'll just bring that up now. You can see all that lovely detail. It's beautiful. Really, really love these. I think they're two very special cards. Like I said, I've got the envelope gift boxes already on the channel. You could also put them in a little gift bag as well. I think that would look really sweet. So thank you for watching. As always, I will have all the products that I've used linked in the description box below. Make sure you subscribe to my channel so you don't miss out on any future videos. And the playlist that I've mentioned earlier, that'll be coming up here now if you want to go and get some more inspiration on different bird box style cards. Take care and I'll see you all again soon. Bye.